Hey everybody, it's Lady Rosie 1983. Thank you for joining me on iHeart Recipes. Today I want to share my revised recipe for my peach cobbler. So I already have everything set up. That way you don't have to watch me sprinkle everything and open up cans. So let me just let you know what you will need for this recipe. So I have my peaches. I'm using sliced peaches from the can in light syrup. I have cinnamon, nutmeg, a little bit of ginger, flour, I have butter, and I also have some other things that you'll see along the way. So what I have done already, I already have my peaches in here, and I used two 15-ounce cans, and I did not drain the syrup, so that is in here as well. I have my cup of sugar. I'm going to go ahead and pour that in with the peaches. I'm going to go ahead and also put in my nutmeg. And if you want the exact recipe, go to iHeartRecipes.com and it will be there. Oops. So I'm going to go ahead and get my ginger, just a little bit of ginger, cinnamon, and I have my vanilla. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put in the butter. This is a whole stick of butter. I melted it. It's actually margarine, but if you want to use butter, go ahead and use it. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my little spatula, and I'm going to go ahead and mix up everything. So once again, I did not drain the syrup from the can. That's why I'm using only 1 cup of sugar. Usually people use several cups of sugar. We're only going to use 1 because we did not drain the syrup. So I'm going to go ahead and put this aside for now. Now I have a ½ cup of water, and I'm going to go ahead and take 1/4 cup of flour. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the water. Give that a whisk. And this is going to help with the texture of our filling. As you see, this is really quick. I like the peach cobbler to be quick. I don't like being in the kitchen all day when it comes to baking, especially right now because it's in August. You know it's hot. So I'd rather be out grilling than being in front of a hot oven. So I have that all whisked. Now we're going to take it to the oven. Actually, the stove. Let me give this a couple more stirs. I'm going to get a pot. And I'm going to go ahead and put my peaches on medium high, and I'll let you know the other steps once we get there. So, come on. Okay, so it is starting to boil a little bit, and I still have it on medium high. It's looking really nice. But we're gonna go ahead and change the texture a bit. So we're going to get that flour and water mixture that we did earlier. Let me give it a couple more whisks before I pour it on in. And we're going to go ahead and pour it in with the peaches. This is going to help thicken. You can already see that the texture has changed a bit. So I'm now going to go ahead and turn it off and remove this from the heat. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the crust, or mess with the crust. I'm using store-bought crust. I really don't like making homemade crust. I know how to, of course, but I prefer doing, the shortcut and using store-bought crust. So what I've done, because it comes with 2, one of them I just crumbled up because I like my peach cobbler to have like a dumpling effect, and the other one I have laid out over here. So first and foremost, I have my 8x8 I'm going to go ahead and put in my filling. I can just put it here. Well, let me move it over here. Pour real slow because it's very, 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 very hot. Two more peaches in there, and I want it all in there because I paid for it all, so I'm not wasting any. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get my crumbled dough. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there. Now, some people like crispy dough. We don't in our family. We like it nice and gooey and delicious and soft. So I'm just crumbling up the dough and putting it throughout. It smells really, really good. I wish I could have some, but since I'm on MetaFast, I will be skipping out on this. But I'm sure my family would definitely enjoy it. They always do. I'm just going to continue to crumble up the crust. Put it in there. Just really going to have that dumpling effect going on. Stir it. Almost done. And I got this idea from a relative. And I just love the way it comes out. Okay, I'll just go ahead and get this piece or pieces, and we're gonna go ahead and top it up or top it off. Okay, so since I am using a square-like pan, and crust never comes out in squares. At least I haven't bought any that comes in squares. Okay, so my crust is finally done. Now, of course, we have some little leftover juices inside our pot. I'm just going to go ahead and get a brush. I'm going to brush it on top. Nothing go to waste. Nothing, nothing, nothing. And if I'm a little ditzy right now, it is like 2 o'clock in the morning. So you'll have to excuse me. I'm trying to make this so I don't have to make it tomorrow when it's really blazing hot. It's hot enough right now, so You really have to excuse me if I say something funny, but if you don't understand something, feel free to hit me up and ask me. You can ask me at ladyrosie1983@gmail.com or directly on YouTube. And I think we're almost about done. Just really want to use up the last bits of the juice. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and let this bake on 375 for about 40 minutes. Once I get all the juices in there, or out of there. Alright, we are good to go. And I will of course show you the finished product.